Anyway, before everybody gets up and speaks about the anecdotes, I want to first welcome Kaplinski to say a few words.
So hi everybody. Really hard to follow that film. It's just such an inspiring person for those who knew him and had the privilege to be taught by him like I was and to work with him like I was, and all of us who have the connection to Cantor Immerman. So to follow him is really hard, but I'm going to give it a try. When the really talented Lisa Chiat, who put this together, I mean, that's an incredible legacy she's left behind. When she asked me to say a few words about Cantor Abraham Immerman, I immediately said yes. Then I began thinking about what to say about this remarkable and unique person, as we've just seen in the video. And I realized there's so much to say. Where do I begin? I could talk about his formidable feats of memory, knowing, as you heard, the whole Torah by heart, or the birth dates of thousands of his students, or being able to tell you the day of the week on which you were born after you told him what your birth date was. It's just absolutely remarkable. But I won't go into that detail. I could tell you about his extraordinary talents as a bar mitzvah teacher. He taught hundreds of students, perhaps thousands, their portions, but I won't tell you about that. I could talk about his cantorial excellence in leading services on Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, and inspiring in me a lifelong love of shul choirs and the liturgy, but I won't. I could talk about his mischievous and wonderful sense of humor, often self-deprecating and at his own expense, but I won't. But I will actually tell you one joke that I remember him telling. This is how he tells it. Two blind people are talking about their favorite books, and one says to the other, "Have you felt any good books lately?" So, what then can I say about him? About Cantor Abraham Immerman, known fondly as the Blinde Chazan. So what does a man do, I'm in a bind, when he knows that he doesn't know what to do? He speaks with his wife. So I go to the missus, and I say, "Babe," and we've been calling each other babe for 47 years, probably because at this stage of the aging process we've forgotten each other's names. I say, "Babe, what should I say about this most revered and deeply respected human being?" She, of infinite wisdom, and with her down-to-earth practical approach, says, "You knew him as a Herzliyah student, as a colleague, and as a friend. There's so much you can say." And that's precisely it. How do I narrow the genius, the Menschlichkeit of Cantor Abe into a few minutes? So what's the next thing a person does when he doesn't know what to do? He turns to poetry for inspiration. Yes, poetry. I know it's Meshuggah, but then Kaplinski was always a little alternative. So John Milton, 17th century poet, is regarded as one of the great poets of the English language. Deeply religious, he goes blind at the age of 42. And in his poem, On His Blindness, he laments his blindness and wonders how he can still be of service to God with his loss of sight. In the last line of his sonnet, perhaps one of the most memorable lines in the English language, he suggests that they also serve who only stand and wait. Sort of all good things come to those who wait. Now, to me, reading that line, they also serve who only stand and wait, it implies a type of passivity, being patient, and almost feeling sorry for oneself. In a sense, giving in to one's disability, waiting for God for inspiration. Now, I want to argue that this would not apply to Cantor Abraham Immerman at all. He was a man of action, always on the go, a person with a mission. He didn't do slow. If, in fact, you ever walked with him to classes at Herzliyah School, which I did often, or up the hills of Friedrich, you struggled to keep up. Cantor Immerman's blindness somehow empowered him and gave him a spiritual light, an inner glow and aura which gave sustenance and warm good feelings to others. And in a time and age where we knew very little about disabilities, and in fact felt nervous to be in the company of others who were challenged, his blindness, which we took for granted, seemed so normal. It defined him. It was central to his identity and his essence, and put us at ease. His blindness was his strength, and it illuminated us. It set us alight. And yet when I think of him, as Lisa, when she asked me to speak, set off a train of thought, a part of me mourns for him, for not being able to see the abundant and overwhelming beauty of the mountains and the Sea of Cape Town, for not being able to see people, and for somehow being at a loss, since the eyes of others looking back at us give us validation and affirmation. I'm reminded of a lyric from one of my favorite singers, Idan Reichel. Pam hayine medabri ma'at, medabri b'sheket, medabri ma'at, hayita mistakel li be'einayim shedibarti itcha. You would look into my eyes when I spoke with you, the eyes conveying love and affection. And one mourns for that for Cantor Immerman, as great as he was and as empowered as he was by his blindness, somehow or other, something was missing. And yet, in his own mysterious way, he could see others. And he could feel their gaze upon him. And likewise, we felt a special closeness to him that is best exemplified by the shamash candle, which we used to light the 7 candles this evening. Cantor Abe Immerman was our shamash, giving us light and learning and love. May his memory continue to be a blessing. Chag Chanukah Sameach.